I made this for me. I made it the way I liked it, the way it brings me comfort and allows me to do things that I like to do. And it allows me to enjoy parts of this world in a way that you can't enjoy otherwise. And I think that's important, and it's unique, because to be here is to truly be here, more than wishing you were here, more than marking the check mark that you've been to someplace, because here is someplace special. Here is someplace inspirational. Here is someplace beautiful. And while this has, utility and marketing, or whatever you want to call it, it's really to be able to dwell in a place like this so that the stressors are less of a factor, and the security and the awesomeness of the setting can sink in and have its effect in a good way. So, it seems like that's not much to say, but it really is something special. And more than proud, I am fulfilled that I've been able to do this. And it's available. And that it's something that is not just a product. It is really like a gateway to another type of interacting with nature. And anyway, I wanted to say something of that sort because it's important. And for those of us who like to be in nature, get out in nature, how we interact with it is just as important as our time out here. And and it's also personal, right? Like, some of us come out and just hike, and some of us bike, and some of us motorcycle, some of us side by side, some of us just walk, some of us use horses, some of us come in groups, and some solo. So not dismissive like that. It is important. It is important. And I'm tempted to go into marketing language, but suffice it to say that it's more than just a product. It's a little bit of art, and it's a little bit of physical poetry. Like, if I were to write certain words that would stir people's hearts or be inspirational, ultimately, there's nothing more important or more inspirational than making this beautiful world more accessible for longer periods. So that's what this is about. It's about dwelling in a place and being in the place and not being victimized by the weather of that same location. And, dwelling and letting it seep into your soul as much as possible and have its effect, both inspirational and tranquility-inducing and thrilling. I mean, is this not thrilling? Is this not the Louvre, the Hermitage, the Metropolitan? So for so many of us, this is the importance of it, is the beautiful moment. The moment when the beauty and you are synced in importance, in a way where I am both here and being here, and to let the place infuse me with its power and its beauty, and to be part of that. I'm tempted to call it Zen, but I think it's something else. I think it's part of the world that so many of us are missing. And in my case, suburban lifestyle, the four walls aren't enough. And the four walls of my car or my truck are not enough. And sometimes you just got to get out. And it's good. And it's good. And this is my way of sharing with people who understand the importance of getting out and being there. You know, maybe you're a hunter. Maybe you're a hiker. Maybe you're just a family. Maybe you're just a dude. Maybe you're nobody. Maybe you're somebody. It doesn't matter. But now there's a way to get out of the four walls and to still be here and to exist with some degree of shelter that's previously really not been available, at least not like this. So you're welcome and thank you. Thank you and you're welcome. And you know, I'm a proud dad and a proud poet. And some of the inspiration is the joy that people will have experiencing nature like this, experiencing themselves outside of the four walls. In essence, being people they may have never been, in a good way. And maybe in a bad way, you know. Get people out and they start to talk about things that maybe they haven't talked about for a while, because let's face it, in presence of overwhelming beauty is an altering existence, is something special. And you know, you can buy a tour, you can go on a hike, but there's nothing like being there for a while and really appreciating what you're doing here and having cycles of sleep and wake in the location outside of the four walls, or maybe the four walls. I don't know. If you like to sleep in a camper, put your camper over there, or your tent, or whatever, your hammock, string it up there. Come, relax, have a lodge, have a place to be. Maybe for some people it's going to be a kitchen, or a shady spot, or a place to hide when it rains, or a place to hide or take shelter when it gets too hot. And the beauty is here, but you're overwhelmed by the temperature, or the exposure, or the cold of the rain, as the case might be. So that's why I made this. For me. But I think there are others out there who will appreciate this, who will know what this is about. And they probably don't need to listen to all this, because they know it instinctually. But for those of us on the fence who need encouragement and inspiration, well, there's a new way to get out and to be out. And I've worked hard to make it available in a way that's, well, suits me. And I'm definitely a fussy customer. But maybe it's good. Maybe it's good, because it's definitely more art than product. Anyway, I don't mean to be, I need to stop being so anyway. Anyway means end of thought. And I'm going to enjoy the sunset. and I'm gonna hopefully let it fill me. And you know, I wish you could experience it like this too. Maybe someday you will. Maybe someday you'll get to see this. Look at that. Let me see if I can get an exposure value off this. Look at that. Makes you want to cry and laugh at the same time. That's how you know you're in the presence of greatness.